All right, guys, we back with more Just Pearly Things, and the video is titled, This is Pure Female Delusion, with at Sarah Garvey. Oh, I think that's this gentleman right here, the black guy. Yeah, we're going to get into this video, see what the delusion is all about. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Now let's dive right in.
Disparity with the amount of labor that women do and that men do.
Yeah, but men make more money statistically. So you could just say the men contribute more.
Yeah, and men provide value in other ways.
If a dude's paying my rent, he's not doing shit. Like he's not doing shit around the house.
Yeah, but women also...
Hey, somebody go snatch her up. Somebody go snatch up Pearly.
Yeah, but women also work. So like, they're also doing a 9 to 5. Like maybe they're... So like...
But I'm saying statistically men make more money.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
I just wanted to ask all your statistics and your percentages, all of that. Where did you find it? Is it in the UK? Is it in the US?
UK and US. There's a little bit of a disparity between the UK and US, specifically when it comes to divorce. It's 64% in the UK and it's 80% in the US.
Who carried out the studies?
Who carried out the studies? They always ask where you get those studies from. They don't. That's them telling you they don't believe that the studies you got are valid. Like when you hear them say, "Okay, well, who did the studies?" That mean that they don't believe that your studies are accurate. Your facts are accurate. Your statistics.
The government
studies took how many women? 100 women, and then asked them about their life. And
so
then
do you think if
yeah, you see, even he's like, okay, come on, like she's saying, oh, wow, how many was it? 100? That's not enough. You gotta have 1,000. You gotta have 10,000.
100 women, and then asked them about their life. And
so
then
do you think if you do 3-4 different studies and they all come up to similar conclusions, we can say that it's around 80%, 90% if you're
divorce lawyers, divorce court. We're getting the statistics from there, so we can see who's initiating the divorces.
Like someone has to file,
right?
Like duh. Divorce lawyers, like she's making it sound like you can't get an accurate study. Divorce lawyers can give you, imagine someone who's been a divorce lawyer for, I don't know, 5-10 years. They could collect a whole lot of data.
Right, exactly. So when you file for divorce, it goes on record. So it's 80% of women that are filing for divorce.
How would you improve the situation for, like, I feel like you both have, like, heard, thought about this a lot. Like, what would you say that both men and women can do to improve the situation?
I think a financial abortion should be legal.
Well, I like that. What is a financial abortion? I think I like the question she asked at least. What do you think men and women could do to, what I'm saying? At least she asking like a bipartisan question. You know what I'm saying?
Thought about this a lot. Like, what would you say that both men and women can do to improve the situation?
I think a financial abortion should be legal.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like, I think that if women have the right to get an abortion, men should be able to get a financial abortion so they can sign off all rights and not pay any child support.
Whoa.
I would say that's...
Damn. Damn. Okay, Pearly.
One thing, because the way it is now, like, women are incentivized to get kids off of rich guys. Like, the NBA had to issue a statement saying that women, like, kept stealing condoms. And I just think that should be illegal. Like, you shouldn't be able to legally do
Drake
that.
had to put hot sauce in his condom.
Yeah, like... I'd say that's one.
To stop this woman from getting his baby. There are women out there literally incentivized to try and get a rich man's baby.
I did hear about the Drake thing, him putting hot sauce in his condom.
Women out there literally incentivized to try and get a rich man's baby.
That was just one story with Drake and one random lady, and it doesn't represent all women in the world.
So I understand that, but I do these interviews all the time. So I'll go on this.
One story with Drake and one random lady, like... So you don't think anyone... So you think this lady is just a unicorn. There's no one else out here. There's no other ladies doing exactly what she's trying to do to other rich guys. Come on. They all... For that tier of men, they are all fighting teeth and nail to get them. And some of them will stoop as low as to put a hole in a condom or whatever they have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Street, I'll talk to random people on the street, random people in my living room, and I've had so many guys tell me stories of girls doing this to them. Go ahead.
And your guys' opinions favor a certain side. So when you go out on these ventures and you ask people, you know what you're looking for, you know what you can put and edit and post.
Are you saying we're rigging the game now? Is that what you're saying?
No, not rigging the game, but you're looking for something, and that's why you're going out there. So you've got to speak about certain things.
I would say I get more people that disagree, to be honest, when I go out than agree. So I wouldn't say
I mean, when you walk up to someone on the street with a microphone, you don't know what they're gonna say. Like, what do you mean you looking for something? You might be looking for something, but when you go up to someone, they give you their genuine response, or they don't want to respond and they walk away. Like she's not making a good point.
I'm like rigging the game.
Okay.
But it's, if you're gonna have sex with a woman, sorry, am I supposed to?
You can say sex. That's fine.
Did I say woman?
There is a chance that woman may get pregnant. Like,
so if you have sex with a guy, there's a chance you might get pregnant.
Yeah. That's on you.
So, yeah. So if you get to choose not to be a mother, he should get to choose not to be a father.
Ooh.
Equal. Equality.
Whose responsibility do you think it is for getting pregnant?
It's
both of them.
It's definitely a
That's
but women have more to risk by getting pregnant. They need to exercise.
Unless it's a situation of grape, you let the man inside. So how is it?
So it's your responsibility if you get pregnant, even though it's
No, I said whose responsibility for it to get pregnant? All of the power is within the woman's hands. You have the right to say yes or no. Once you do say yes or no, you have the right to keep the baby. You have the right to either put the baby up for adoption. You have the right to put the man on child support.
We also have birth control. You can get an IUD. It's like 99.99% effective.
IUDs aren't great though. Birth control isn't great.
Women hold the key to sex. Men hold the key to relationships. That's just how it goes. A man is usually, a man has to be the one to say, like, okay, I want you to be my girlfriend. And then he has to say, I want you to be my wife. But when it comes to the sexual end of things, you have to get permission from a woman before you enter her, like he said, unless it's grape. So it just is what it is. These girls just don't want to face the facts. Pearly and Sarah Garvey have put up from the very beginning that I jumped in the conversation to now a great defense to everything that they're saying. They have a counter for everything.
But I'm saying that's a better option than what men have. Or you can require the men you sleep with wear a condom. So it's like, I'm saying we have all the power when it comes to sex and who gives birth and who picks who is born.
Yeah, nowadays I feel like a woman's really only going to have a kid if she really wants to, because there's so many ways for her to prevent that at different stages all throughout.
But I also think if there were more support for women who do want to have children, may not have necessarily found the right man who actually wants to have a child with her, if she was able to get more financial support, then she wouldn't feel like she'd need to trap a man
but she's
in
not
order to get a
entitled to
baby.
That's a horrible.
What? Yeah. That's terrible. We should give women more financial support, because if she feels like she has to trap a man, then she's broke. She's calling these girls broke. These girls might not even be broke. They just thirsty. They just thirsty for somebody like Drake. So she conflating issues. She's talking about girls are broke, so she's saying girls are broke, so they do things like try to trap rich people, but that's not even necessarily the case. That was horrible, like Pearly said. Let me run it back a little.
Need to trap a man
but she's
in
not
order to
entitled
get
to
a
that.
baby.
That's a horrible excuse.
She's not entitled to it.
Are you excusing a girl trying to get a kid off of a rich guy because she doesn't?
I'm not trying to excuse it, but
that's what you're doing.
If childcare.
It's like their whole argument only sides with women. It doesn't. They show no empathy. Don't put themselves in men's shoes. There is zero room for men in the side that they on, man. It's like whether they call themselves feminists or not, man. These are some feminists.
I'm not trying to excuse it, but
that's what you're doing.
If childcare's
new age, modern day, don't need a man, men are trash, feminists.
Really expensive, okay? Right. Raising a child's really expensive, and it's really hard to do on your own, right?
Yeah,
but
so
if you really want a child,
you should get married and do it.
But what if no one wants to marry you?
Did you know that before you got pregnant?
Then you need to.
You need to get marriageable skill. You need to become a marriageable woman. I feel like these girls they really show a lot of their insecurities because they know that they're not marriageable women. But the thing is if they will stop blaming men for everything, work on themselves, and become marriageable women learn, wife skills, learn to. I'm not even gonna get into it. I think that they could land a nice guy and have a nice life and everything, But you can tell it's very hard for them to be that vulnerable because they're scared. Like, what if you don't get married? What if you don't get married? Like, they're scared. That's just fear. That's their own fear showing.
Your strategy.
Well, I'm saying maybe lower your standards then. If none of the guys you like want to marry you, you're probably shooting too high.
Or change how you deal with men.
Just like if a dude's shooting at Victoria's Secret models and they all tell him no, like he'll probably be like, "Oh, let me adjust."
What if you're like, just don't see any men that you like?
Sperm donor.
Yeah.
So
What if you're asexual? You don't have any romantic or sexual interests ever. You just want to live life, have a kid.
Well, isn't that selfish?
That's selfish.
To bring a kid into a situation
It's
where
all
they're
sexual
orientation.
It's not selfish.
You don't think children need two parents?
No.
Well, I think they need a community. I don't think they need two parents.
This is one of the reasons why society's broken. Because women are actually literally running around thinking that children don't need two parents.
If you're a good enough person, you can teach a child by yourself.
I just read you a bunch.
But why start a child from behind? Why intentionally drop him in the world with only one parent? Why would you do that?
Bunch of stats showing that children that come from single mothers are statistically at a disadvantage in nearly every category.
That's not necessarily
and then you're going to tell me, oh yeah, it's fine. Let's raid a child's body.
If you're
like, I think it's equally selfish if a dude does the same thing. Like if a dude wanted to, I don't know, adopt as a single father, like I think that's selfish.
And even if you can, that doesn't necessarily mean you should.
Yeah, like because you're putting what you want above what is best for the kid.
I think.
Yeah, shout out to the home team right here. Him, and Pearly, they are smashing it, bro.
If you're adopting a child, whether you're a single person or not, I think that's a really lovely thing to do, because being in the care system is not fun. And if you're a single parent, it's better than having no parent, no one to look after you. You've got care workers in and out all day. And also, like, I lost my train of thought.
But an ideal situation would be...
an ideal situation is two parents. Would you not agree with that?
I would agree that you need a support system. It doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be two parents.
The girl with the cow shorts been real quiet.
You could have four parents. You could have cousins and aunties who are older.
Do you think
who,
that's the same as having a mom and a dad in the home?
I've never had both, so I have no idea. I could not compare.
I think if the kid has adults who love them and show that they love them openly and always, then it doesn't matter if it's specifically a man and a woman or two parents that raise them.
So
it's a community. If it's someone that shows love.
So in all the statistics that I read, they never had a father in the home.
There are so many different...
So hang on. They never had a father in the home, okay? It was single. They never had a father. This shows that boys and girls need both their mother and their father to be fully functioning members of society, who aren't going to be rapists, who aren't going to be prisoners, who aren't going to be, misfits. But I see, this is one of the things that I can't understand why women would argue for singledom and to raise a child by themselves and then act like it's normal, like it's gonna benefit.
Yeah, and it's also making it you making it harder on yourself. If you have some masculine help, that'll make things easier. Two incomes is better than one. Team up. You got to team up, man. Especially in today's day and age, especially in today's time. Everything expensive. Two incomes is better than one. You got to team up. Can't be out here single and trying to raise a kid and trying to have a kid and even like them thinking that it's okay before you even have one. Like, no.
Society. It's not gonna benefit society when it comes to prison. It's not gonna benefit society when it comes to crime. So why do it?
I think what you've just said is that you can't be a normal functioning member of society if you were raised by a single mom.
It's about probability.
That's not. We're saying
that's
that.
what
We're
I
saying
heard.
that's that. Okay, but just because you heard it, that's
Bro, if that's what you... Oh, man, I want to go in right now, bro. I'm not even going to...
not what he said. That's not what he said.
Okay.
So what we're saying...
It's like, use a little bit of common sense. Obviously, he does not mean that literally. Like, it's about the probability. Like my man said back here. It's about the probability, the statistics that have shown us if you don't have two parents in the home, you can end up a lot worse than kids that do. It's just statistics. It's very simple. What do you mean? I don't know what he said. Shut up.
Saying is it puts you at every statistical disadvantage. So why would you push that in a society?
Yeah.
I don't think, personally, I'm not speaking to everyone else, I'm not pushing it, but if that's your best bet, like, you know, then that's...
But it's not your best bet. Like, that's the thing. It's just not off rip from the jump. It is not your best bet. You're a pretty young girl. Go find someone. Or, you know, just work on yourself to a point that when someone crosses your path that you will meet that guy. That's your best bet. Don't go and do it. Don't go and do it by yourself. Like, I just don't get it. Am I insane? Am I crazy? Or is she just saying a bunch of rubbish right now?
So, all you can do is your best, and if you're doing your best, then like what else can you
get married?
Expect someone to do?
I think there's always a guy that's gonna marry you. Okay. Like, I'm sorry, 1 out of 3 men are either virgins or haven't had sex in the last year. So the issue is just like the guys that girls don't want them. And so I think the solution is getting a guy on your level.
I feel like the thing with the parents, the kids, the mothers, I feel like kids are just kids. They just arrived here. They don't know anything. The only way a kid is going to be disadvantaged from a single parent or whatever is when they grow up and then they hear people talking about it.
Do you have a child?
As a kid, you won't notice who's the great reason you...
Wow. I can't believe they just sat up there and tried to defend that. I'm going to pray for those young women. But yeah, that was a very interesting conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe on your way out the door. Till next time, guys. Peace.